Now we come to a game called Bar. This is going to feature Chip Esten, who'll be working in a bar, or as we call them in England, a bar. And he'll be... the other contestants will coming in and sort of discussing their problems with him, the way people do. But in fact, instead of speaking them, they'll be singing them with the assistance of Richard Ranch at the piano. And Chip will be singing some advice back. So first of all, Chris, if you'd like to come in. And he's coming, he's angry about something. Can you suggest what he might be angry about?
Divorce.
Divorce. Fair enough. So you're angry about your divorce. Sing about that. Chip will sing back. Where you go?
Tell me your problems.
I will, barman. There was a time when our marriage was filled with pleasure. A time when our marriage was filled with fun. And now she tells me she's going one step further, beyond the trial separation.
It's very sad, of course, when you get that divorce. But leave that woman, she's a phony. I think you could be rich if you just ditch the bitch and get her to pay you some alimony.
Very good. Right. Yes. All right. Okay, Jim. Bring on... You obviously worked as a divorce lawyer, I can tell now. Jim, now he's drinking to forget something. What do you think he's trying to forget? Baldness, I'm afraid, is disallowed for reasons which are all too obvious. Right. Okay. So anything other than baldness? Stock market. Okay. Okay. Trying to forget the stock market, which is less controversial than hair loss.
Well, Bobby, you've drank everything in the house, so why don't you tell me your story?
All right, why not? I've told it to everybody else, and I might as well tell it to you. I lost a fortune today in just 1 minute. I lost a fortune today in the blink of an eye. When those green letters went around, they said I had a negative man. You have to ask yourself why I cried.
I'm glad you came here. I'm glad you called. I thought you might be upset because you're going bald. That's not why.
No.
Your life was sweet until you lost it all on Wall Street.
Lost it all on Wall Street.
I'm sorry. All right. Oh, dear. You're doing so well there, Chip. You've thrown it all away with that unkind remark. We stick together, us baldies. Now, Ryan, now what's he going to do? He's some sort of crisis he's going to sing about. So,
Broken fly.
broken fly. It's not much of a crisis. There's worse things in life than that. Impotent. That's... The essentials of good comedy is truth. So, Ryan, let's do your impotence song now.
Why aren't there any women in this bar?
Heck of a jukebox.
Sure is. I'm having problems.
Like what?
I think it's the end. Having problems with my little friend. When it comes to love, guess I'm just a pup. Suddenly I just can't seem to get it up.
I know your problem when you're on a date. When the two of you are together, you can't seem to get anything straight. Maybe in the 60s, you took some acid, and that's why now you can't help but be flaccid.
All right. Okay. Well, that's... that's obviously going to be a particularly difficult game to score, so while I do that, we'll take a break. See you after that. Bye. Welcome back, or hello, where have you been, depending on whether you've been watching. Now we're going to play a game called Expert. This is for Ryan and Chip, if you'd like to come down and get the expert stools, which are provided for them there. Chip, you're interviewing Ryan, who's an expert on, well, what's he an expert on?
Algae farming.
What's that?
Algae farming.
Algae farming. Algae farming. I think I'd call that algae farming. I'm probably wrong. Anyway, algae or algae farming, you're an expert on that. Please interview.
Hi, I'm Bob Frapples. We're here today with a man who's been studying something that we don't normally take a look at. That's algae. And the farming of algae.
Hello!
Hello, your name, sir?
John Pukulakere. Don't bother, it's Canadian. It's all right.
Bob.
Yes.
You've all very interested in algae farming.
Yes, I am. Indeed, I am.
Could you tell us a little bit about it?
Well, very difficult algae farming, as algae floats on water and farming involves soil.
Ah, yes.
We almost got the mechanics down.
I understand you've lost 10 or 12 tractors.
Yes, I have. Good tractors. Good damn tractors, I tell you.
Well, you brought some slides today from your algae farm. I thought maybe we could take a look at them.
All righty.
Okay, right there. No, they're all on
I'm
the
sorry.
screen. Yeah.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. Could you explain that one?
Yes, this is me trying to run across water. This was taken like in a brief second, and then I was right under with the tractor again.
Gotcha.
Oh, that's the wife and I.
Oh, sorry.
There we go. Ah, this is algae. Algae grown on dirt. We finally got the process down pat.
Oh.
We found that throwing large fish under the soil somehow helped the algae to grow. Don't ask me how.
Well, that's very, very interesting. Well, let's go back to you and the wife.
As you can see, I've laid the algae out on the wife here. Makes her nice and slippery and supple.
Yeah.
She loves it.
I guess you're a real fun guy.
Yes.
Always good to end on a week's fun like that, and give you 95 points. Now we go to a game called Two Characters. Jim and Chris, who'd like to come down. Jim, I'd like you to play Captain Kirk of Star Trek fame, and Chris, I'd like you to play Dr. Spock. Mr. Spock. No big one. Mr. Spock. So, but we're not a funny place where they might meet. Obviously not.
Laundrette.
Laundrette. Do we have laundrettes in America? Laundromat. Anyway, Mr. or Dr. Spock and Captain Kirk.
Spock, that irradiated sock has got to be around here somewhere.
Captain, it would appear as though we have lost one half of the pair of socks. In other words, one of the socks is missing.
Yes. Of course, one sock, Spock. Of course, I know that one sock is missing. That's why we came here. Perhaps in this dryer. Have you checked it out with your tricorder?
I haven't yet, Captain.
Well, don't let me stand in your way. Sounds like you've still got gnats in that tricorder.
Good deal of suds still left in the washer, Captain.
What do you think? Is it irradiated? What do you think?
This sock appears to be the sock we were missing.
Of course, the sock of Pelatuna. Yes. This is the thing that is holding everybody in a state of perpetual war back on the planet.
I was wrong, Captain. This is the sock.
Of course, sock of Pelatuna. This is the sock that's holding everyone within a perpetual state of war. Don't tell me.
Wrong again, Captain.
Thank you very much. Well, I'm sorry, it's supposed to be improvisation. That was clearly one of the plots of Star Trek you were using there. I'm sure I've seen that episode. One of the more interesting ones. Let's play a game now called